Greetings, I'm Mark with Unlimited Story, unlimited-story.com, a channel dedicated to writing, world building, marketing, and most importantly, getting things done. If you want to support this channel and the things that I do, just check out Unlimited Story. I have links in the description. It's like my hustle and stuff. Right. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be reviewing Omigus Rage by Egar Sugimo. Hope I said that one right. Doubt it, but I'm hoping I did. Here's the description. A normal John in a not-so-normal end of the world. Nothing ever happens on a Tuesday until today. Heaven is opening the gates. Hell is scheming. Both sides are picking their pony for the upcoming battle. It just so happens they are picking the same person. Follow John as he discovers both the powers of light and darkness, transcend the end into an epic journey from the creator's beginning to a conclusion that alters reality. That sounds pretty intense. Epic battle, god powers, angels, demons, superpowers, apocalyptic, and discovery. And what do we got going on over here? We got some dude who is on his knees. He's got a bunch of demons around him. He's got some angels coming down. For some reason, that dude kind of reminds me of Dean from Supernatural. Not that I watch Supernatural, but my wife watches it enough that I know what's going on in that show. So let's get started. I've just finished reading the first 3 of Omigus Rage, and the first thing I'm going to say is that I really like the way the episodes are laid out. Like, the first 3 really gave me a very clear depiction of what's going to be happening, and it's basically set like a chessboard for me, and I'm like, oh, okay, so these are the pieces. Let's get down to business, because no business was had. You know, I guess if I had any complaint, there was no business, but it definitely left you on a cliffhanger because you know somebody's about to drop the hammer and stuff. So what happens? Episode number 1, you are introduced to John. John is your token, I don't want to say failure in life, but he ain't going anywhere. Okay, he just eats potato chips, he loses jobs, and so on. And he's got a buddy, David, who seems to be. At least he seems to have his life together, and I guess they chat. So anyway, we got John, and the only thing that really stands out about him is the fact that apparently some kids were picking on him, and then he punched one of them, and the dude's just, boom, his just jaw went, it just flew away. And from then on, no one wanted to screw with him, so, which makes perfect sense. Okay, there are a few things that I don't like in stories that are completely unrealistic, like, oh, somehow this dude's arm got cut off, but he fought off 1,000 monsters, blah. No, okay, that's I don't believe that stuff. But when somebody's jaw gets punched right off their head, okay, and no one wants to screw with him for the rest of his life, that makes a lot of sense. So I was really happy about something like that. I don't know why, but it stuck out to me, and I like that kind of stuff. So, and you're just left wondering, like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. And from then on, John also doesn't want to just like fight anybody. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything anymore. Just not gonna. So you're basically left at the end of episode 1 saying, okay, dude's not living a great life, not his final form, right? But he's got some sweet power that hasn't really been discovered. Oh, and finally at the end, he sees like the gates of hell opening up just on Earth. It's just like this big darkness. And you're like, oh, okay. So turn that up to 11 real quick. Okay, so episode number 2, what happens? You're introduced to a bunch of demons. I don't remember any of their names except for basically Satan, who's Lucifer. Now, Lucifer... He's kind of a funny guy. He's like eating like soul chips is what I thought of him. Like they're in this little icy cage and he's just popping them. And yeah, that was really neat. I got to admit, I really did enjoy like what was happening in the story. You know, they weren't just like, I'm super evil, blah, blah, blah. You just kind of get an idea like, okay, they have evil intentions, right? Or, to them, their intentions are whatever. Maybe they do consider them just evil, and that's great because they're demons and such. But anyway, you're introduced to a whole cast of demon people who basically, to me, I'm like, all right, well, these are the people that are going to fight. Here's my list of bosses and so on. Assuming that our main character, the guy who punches jaws off, sides with good guys, which, is up to speculation. Or, you could go against or he could ally himself with the demons. I am actually totally for, bouncing around testing the waters, seeing what both sides offer. But again, I am getting way off track. So anyway, you meet the demon people. There's basically some speculation. There's like this dark void thing that's as old as time that apparently is going to be their great big, weapon that they're going to use. But then they start talking about the Nephilim, which of course, by the way, Diablo has really set me up well for this story. I felt like I knew, there was no need to introduce anything. I was like, oh, Nephilim, I know exactly what that is. Okay, all these angels, all these demons. Oh, I've been pretty much set. I already understood, the characters, the world, the set, everything. I was just like, oh, okay, all right. Throw down that name, I know what's up. So anyway, so they talk about the Nephilim and this Nephilim bloodline that was saved. So, God did this great flood, this baby survived, and done. And I'm like, oh, okay, so, jaw punching John here is the Nephilim. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And they're like, oh yeah, I've been watching him, protecting him from the angels so they wouldn't know, and something. Anyway, it ends, and basically they're like, let's go start cleaning house. We're gonna get this Nephilim, and he's gonna join us, and we're gonna whoop up those angelies with their wings. And episode number 3, we're in heaven. No surprise. And again, I'm actually really happy about this layout because you get to meet these factions who are going to be involved. So as episode 2, you are introduced to basically who's going to be brawling, which I'm super pumped about, and especially the 4, I don't want to say they're angel creatures, but I think of them like little Godzillas. Okay, so there's like an emerald dragon, there's a tortoise, there's 2 other things I forgot. Oh, tiger. There's a Siberian tiger. I don't know how it's Siberian because Siberia doesn't exist in heaven. Maybe it does. I don't really know. I've never been there before. And then there's something else I forgot about. Okay, so they're in this, Greek-looking pillars. You know how heaven looks because we've all been there before. But and then there's the archangels that are all together chilling. And I shouldn't say chilling. They're amassing the forces of heaven and doing archangel-y stuff. Okay, so they're discussing things, getting the troops together. They're like, yep, now we're going to go clean some house. And then I believe it's Gabriel is like, oh yeah, my Nephilim child. So then there's discussion about how that same Nephilim, there's only one Nephilim, and it's Jaw Punching John. Okay, so whatever the case, they bring that up, and apparently they want to use them too. Apparently no one wants to go fight head to head. They want to have a Nephilim battle. So whoever gets the Nephilim wins. And so there's a discussion about that. There's a little bit of tension between the angels. I didn't really catch too much on that. I think Michael was there. I know Uriel came up. Again, Diablo really helped me out with this one. And then the creator, he's just up in the heavens or something. He doesn't really do much. So and then at the end, I'm like, all right, cool. Let the bloodbath begin. I'm hoping there's a bloodbath because I feel like if any of the stories I've ever read were promising me just a Doom-like experience, this should be it. So there we go. That is a wrap for Omigus Rage. If you like this kind of stuff, consider subscribing. If you want to have your story reviewed, hop on Discord. Go to unlimited-story.com. There's all kinds of links. It's pretty easy. I didn't even put demons on the website for you to fight through. You just click and boom, then you're in there. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. Peace. Oh, I didn't forget. Okay, hey, I didn't forget. One sentence summary. Jaw Punching John is gonna clean a bunch of clocks. I hope he punches some... Oh, wait, no, it's supposed to be one sentence. Whatever. I hope he punches a bunch of angels. I hope he punches a bunch of demons. And maybe he gets a girlfriend in the end. But one sentence, Jaw Punching John's gonna clean up the world.